Crypto noobs. I'm out on the farm here, just getting things ready for fall. And I don't like winter, but just by myself reflecting on what's happened the last few days with the shooting of Charlie Kirk and all these pieces of shit left-wing fucks that are celebrating, and how absolutely completely fucking twisted do you have to be to celebrate the murder of someone with a father, who has young children. The left is so completely brain fucked. It's almost embarrassing. It's almost embarrassing to call yourself an American. I've watched Charlie Kirk for the past 3 years, I guess, longer than that. Watched him at college campuses, listening to his podcast, watching his podcast, listening to him on the way to work. Just really admired him. And the sad thing about it is that Charlie Kirk had said the reason he went to college campuses was to establish a dialogue. If we can't have a conversation, it would lead to violence. And then you got this little piece of shit fucking turd, spineless left-wing garbage fuck, who decided that he'd murder Charlie Kirk because his brain was rotted from listening to CNN, MSNBC, and all the rest of these fucking Marxist sack of shit fucking George Soros-funded communist assholes. I'm a little bit mad. I'm so sick of listening to the left talk about, well, it's the right's fault, it's Charlie's fault, it's Donald Trump's fault, January 6th, blah, blah, blah. Fuck all you left-wing pieces of shit. You guys can say whatever the hell you want, but you're full of shit. You need to have your brain removed and have like a normal brain put in. Maybe AI can fix your stupidity, but what happened this week was an absolute tragedy. And I'm glad all these garbage fucking people are getting fired for laughing about the death of a man who was a Christian, happily married, loved his wife, loved his children, loved this country. And then you cross-dressing fucking transgender pieces of shit wearing your dresses, laughing out in the street, fucking feminists with cow rings in your noses, making fun. All you people who mean absolutely nothing to this country. You provide and bring nothing to this country. You're socialist pieces of shit. And you're celebrating this. I tell you should be ashamed of yourself, but I know you're too stupid to know what that means. You're an embarrassment. The good thing is people are going, oh, there's going to be a civil war, between the left and right. Keep in mind that left, AOC, Tlaib, that piece of shit in Minnesota, Omar, she's not even fucking American, she's a piece of shit. Biden's, Obama's, Clinton's, all these fucks. All of them hate this country. And George Soros has paid these CNN and the rest of these shitballs to trash the right. They burned our cities down, knocked down our monuments. They've arrested people during the Biden administration. All the illegal shit that went on, they're like, oh, well, it's the right's fault. So they're talking about there could be a civil war. I certainly hope there isn't, because it wouldn't last very long. Because if a man dresses a woman who's given up his or her weapons, wants to have a civil war with the right, who are all patriots, many of them are war veterans, bring it on. It's going to be a really, it'll be like, they had the 7-day war, it'll be like a 7-minute war. All the mental lefties will run away with their panties between their legs. Fuck, what a bunch of just absolutely brainless, fucking useless pieces of shit. Yeah, I'm really mad because I didn't know Charlie, but I loved everything he stood for. It was common sense. And for all these garbage people who say, well, he incited violence and, hateful rhetoric and whatever the hell. What is wrong with you people? Like, who pays you to say such stupid shit? It must be a lot of money maybe it's not, to sell yourself out, sell out your soul to the devil. But a lot of you shitballs are going to be smoking turds in hell with this asshole who shot Charlie. And with all the left-wing pieces of shit in D.C. who are trying to run this country into the ground. This country was founded on Christian principles. And everybody who hates this country is trying to destroy it. You're going straight to hell. And if I end up in hell, I'm saved. I love God, but if for some reason I do, I'll be selling the shit turds on the corner that you're going to be eating. Anyway, let's talk Solana. I have been telling you guys for the last year, buy Solana. I've shown you the statistics over and over and over how Solana is absolutely just devouring all the other blockchains. It's killing Ethereum. And no one seems to listen. And now, Solana's on a $40 run over the last week or so, and all the influencers are suddenly like, buy Solana, it's on a run, look at it. Ooh. And they're not telling you why. They're just, looking at their charts, and they're pretending like they know shit, and most of them don't. And, I always talk about 7 or 8 different statistics, how Solana is growing. Their total value locked is growing, how fast their transactions per second. They're tokenizing assets. And right now, Solana has got to speeds right now where they can do several billion transactions a day. They're going to start tokenizing assets, real world assets. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a house or a car, stocks, bonds, commodities, whatever. It's going on the Solana blockchain. Solana's going to 5,000 in the next 10 years. So what is that? Let's see, it's a 50x on your money. That's a 5,000% gain on your money in 10 years. So if you're going to be alive in 10 years, 2 things are going to happen. You're either going to be rich with Solana, or you're going to be sitting there going, man, I wish I would have listened to that bald guy 10 years ago and bought Solana. Just buy one. I mean, of course you want to load up on Bitcoin, but go to Ledden.io if you have Bitcoin, let them custody it, take a loan out, and buy some Solana. Right? If Bitcoin's going up 50% a year every year, and you're paying a 12% loan to Ledden, you're buying Solana, which is going to go up 100% a year for the next couple of years. As long as you're beating the rate of the interest rate they're charging you, it's a no-loss situation. I'm not giving you financial advice, but take this from a right-wing patriot, combat veteran, PhD. I really am. I'm a doctor. I know what I'm talking about. I love numbers. I love macroeconomics. I love looking at cryptos. I've been studying them since 2012. I know what I'm talking about. You've got to buy Solana. It's probably going to go to 400 by the end of the year. It'll be 1,000 by the end of 2026. And assuming that Powell gets fired, we bring on a Fed who likes lowering interest rates and providing liquidity and do some quantitative easing, which it's good for capital assets, right? It's not good for the people who are living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm sorry about that. I mean, that's all about life choices. I grew up dead-ass poor, and I was dead-ass poor into my 20s. I even joined the military to try and provide a better life myself, and I managed to pull that off. Because I worked 60 and 70-hour weeks for 30 years, putting everything away, making good investments, and praying a lot, and God blessed me and my family. But, you can start with $100 today, $500 today. Read the Only Man in Babylon, or what was the book called? The Richest Man in Babylon. It'll tell you, save 10% of every paycheck. Literally take 10% of every one of your paychecks and start saving, put it in Bitcoin. Stop eating out every day. Stop buying the $9 cup of coffee at Starbucks. You buy a $9 cup of coffee every day, you're throwing $50, $200 a week you're throwing away. $200 a month rather. That's $2,000 a year you could be dumping into Bitcoin or into Solana. Things like that. Don't buy that $5 sandwich at work. Make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Take it to work with you. Take a tea bag and a cup to work with you. Make tea for lunch. Put a little sugar in it, milk or whatever. Stop wasting your money. Now is your time. The largest wealth transfer and the largest growth phase in crypto it's not even close yet. I think we have a few months left. So start thinking about putting your money away. Not thinking. Start doing it. Start today. Putting your money away. 10%. Every payday, every time you get an allowance. If you find a quarter on the street, save a nickel. Do whatever you have to do. Buy Bitcoin, buy Solana. Do not buy Ripple, Cardano. Those chains are all going to die. I mean, they have almost no network use. It's almost laughable how stupid people are. Like, buy Cardano, buy Ripple. Oh, they're going to take over it. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be shit. And the only reason Ethereum is still around is because it's been around so long. They're getting crushed by Solana, as I've shown you in the statistics. Not how I feel, okay? No hard feelings, everyone who doesn't like what I'm telling you. But I'm telling you right now, Solana's trading at 240. It'll be over 300 in the next few weeks. Then it's going to go to 400. Then it's going to go to 1,000. Then 2,000. Then 5,000. They're going to tokenize everything in the world. It's going to be on Solana. And then Solana's going to take over everything. They just minted a couple more $1 billion in Circle on the Solana blockchain. I mean, God, it's so painfully obvious. Galaxy Digital just bought another, a couple $100 million of Solana. The ETFs are going to be approved. Everything, the wind is behind us. We have a hurricane force tailwind behind us pushing us. So if you don't start buying Solana right now, I don't know what to tell you. You know what? You're a left-wing, brain-dead dipshit. That's really the truth. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but as a combat veteran, having friends died, having my only 2 siblings, my 2 brothers have passed at young ages. I pretty much lost all of my family except for my wife and my children, because the rest of my family are all pieces of shit. I don't care for people's feelings. Buy Bitcoin, buy Solana, buy some Tesla. Why not? And keep the faith. Love God. Keep speaking up for what's right. Read your Constitution. Know your rights. And pray for these assholes who are trying to destroy our country. Maybe God will give them a brain and lead them out of this craziness. Crypto noobs.